3 weeks in a row, I left my job early with migraines so crushing, I thought my head would explode. I was a clinical social worker teaching stress management at a hospital, my dream job, helping people and changing lives. The problem was, I was falling apart. For the 3rd week in a row, I was in my doctor's office. He looked at me and asked, what had me so stressed out? Here I was, the stress expert, and my doctor was telling me I was failing at managing my own stress. As I walked to my car, I was so confused. I had been using every technique in the book. Deep breathing, exercise, meditation, all of it. But I was barely surviving. As I got in my car, I knocked over the bottle of root beer in my console. I saw the pressure build, and I thought, this is what life has been doing to me. We've all been handed a list when it comes to stress management. Take a breath, go for a walk, meditate. But as useful as that list is, it's missing something fundamental about how stress actually operates. This is what life was doing to me. Every morning alarm, every conflict with a colleague, every email from a boss. I was doing the walking, I was doing the breathing, and I was still full of pressure. Would you open it? I learned to carry pressure early. When I was 14, I overheard a conversation I wasn't supposed to hear. My father was dying from cancer. We were a family that didn't talk about things, so I never told anybody what I heard. Instead, I started stealing alcohol from my parents. I didn't even like the taste of it. But after a few drinks, the pressure became manageable. I was trying to release what was inside using the wrong tool. The pressure never actually went away. It just became something that I learned to carry. I hit my breaking point the day of that migraine. I realized, even though I was using all these techniques, I was never actually completing the stress response cycle. This is what I mean. Look at this antelope. It's not dead. This is freeze activation. Survival energy at its peak. The leopard gets scared off, but the stress stays inside. Watch what happens next. Did you see? It took a few breaths to signal safe, and then shakes. What you just saw was the physical completion of what research calls the stress response cycle. Stress isn't just a feeling. It's a biological loop with a beginning, a middle, and an end. We've been taught to manage the leopards in our lives. We've forgotten how to manage the stress itself. We think when the leopard leaves, the stress leaves with it. But the cycle doesn't work that way. It has to be finished physically. We are the only species that keeps the predator alive in our bodies long after it's disappeared from our sight. We stay stuck in the middle of the cycle. We go on to our next meeting with the ghost of that leopard still inside us. That antelope did something I wasn't doing, completing the stress cycle. That day in my car, I realized I needed to use what I knew in a different way. 2 steps done together in sequence. Step 1, reset. This is called pace breathing, and it resets your body's stress alarm. Try it with me now. We're going to breathe in through our nose for 5 counts and out through our mouth for 5 counts, 3 times. And I'm going to guide you with my ball. Get ready. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you notice how your body feels different? That's your nervous system resetting. But if you stop there, the pressure is still trapped inside because you haven't released anything. Step 2, discharge. You have to release what's trapped inside using physical action. Walk, talk, shake, or my tool, the magic palm dump. I want you to do it with me now. Using your palm and your finger, you're going to write about something that's been bothering you like this. Don't censor it. No one can see this but you. We're going to write for 10 seconds. You ready? Start. Okay, crunch it up, throw it away. When you write by hand and then physically discard it, your brain registers, this thing I was holding, I'm now letting go. You've just completed the cycle. 2 steps. Reset your nervous system, discharge the energy. The first week I started doing both steps together, my migraine stopped. I realized for the first time I wasn't just managing the pressure, I was actually releasing it. Delicious. That's what happens when you properly release the pressure. You get to enjoy what's inside again. That bottle taught me something 30 years in healthcare hadn't. It's not about having 0 pressure. That's not realistic. Who wants flat root beer? It's about knowing how to release the pressure before it controls you. This next week, when life shakes your bottle, and it will, don't wait for later. Do the reset breath, then immediately discharge, walk it off, do the magic palm dump. Complete the cycle, take back control. Thank you.